Good evening, class. Good evening, class. Good evening.
Good evening. Yule mwenzako hapo.
Okay. What,
Jaribu. Hapana password huko. Naweza na nyuma.
okay. So welcome to this section. I hope everybody is fine this evening. Any comment? Victor, are you okay?
I'm present.
I'm present.
Yeah. Matthias, are you present?
Present.
Linda, are you present?
Present.
Okay. Celestine.
I'm present.
Okay. So thank you for your attending for this section. So today we are going to learn something about domestic wastewater. Have you ever heard something about domestic wastewater? Anybody? Yes. Have you ever come across the term domestic wastewater? Linda? 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 Okay, so let's continue. So today we are going to learn about domestic wastewater. And this domestic water is normally combined with different waste. For example, when the when the waste or the water which has been used in the industries when it is been discharged to a drainage system, they will be they mixed up with different compounds like chemicals, like metals, plastics, and many other foreign particles. So today let's start with the term domestic wastewater. And the term domestic wastewater, it's more essential to all areas. And this domestic wastewater, it is commonly being discharged from the households, sewage, bathroom. And the second one is let's say about industrial wastewater. And this wastewater which are being discharged from industries, there are different processes that they can be mixed when it is coming out of the industries from different places, like dry cleaning, like these processing industries, and many other sectors. So that one is about a stormwater runoff, and this stormwater runoff normally is runoffs that mostly occurs during heavily rainfall, and this normally take excessive element from different particular areas, like roads. In roads, mostly there are plastics, there are metals, there are oils, and many other things. In roofs, we have we have some corrosion and parking lots, which where repair has been normally done. Okay, so the next subtopic we are going to see something about the importance of disposing wastewater. Disposing wastewater, it is commonly very important to all conservators of environment. If we prevent the pollution from the surface, from pollution in the air spaces, pollution in the for example in oceans, this will help our government to have easiest time to avoid the interference with aquatic plants and aquatic animals. The second one, reduced health risk. This will prevent diseases. The third one is conserves natural resources through recycling. And recycling is commonly been encouraged by the government. The fourth one, it minimizes greenhouse gases emission from landfills. The fifth one is about it enhance public hygiene and safety. It will promote sustainable development. The seventh one, it will protect wildlife and the habitat. And this is very important. When we have proper disposal of waste, wild animals and will have a good habitat of procreation. It will reduce the impact of climate change. And this climate change is being fulfilled when all the sectors and stakeholders come together by planting more trees. And more trees will bring fresh air, will prevent erosion and many other impacts to the environment. Also, it will support the creation of renewable energy. And this renewable energy is being encouraged by government when we have proper disposal of waste. For example, if we can recycle our plastics to generate energy, to generate, for example, raw material, which can be used in our factories. This will help our environment clean, and by promoting the cleaner and more aesthetic pleasing environment. Like in India, for example, India is a very dry country, but at this time, it is one of the countries that people are admiring because they are allowing a renewable source of energy by planting more trees, which will be used to do many other important in the industry sector. The next subtopic will be challenges facing communities due to poor waste disposal. When we poorly dispose our raw materials, for example, like plastics are very dangerous, and plastics is very hazard. It is very dangerous to our environment by spreading diseases. And when these plastics accumulate in one place, it will be a breeding place for mosquitoes, and it will be a breeding place for dangerous wild animals. And this will spread diseases. The second one will be air pollution. When we burn these plastics, for example, or we dispose metallic components to our underground surface, this is very dangerous. This will be harmful to human health. The other one is about water contamination. When we purely dispose this waste, when there will, for example, when the heavy rainfall come in or rains, it will sweep all the the waste particles to our rivers, lakes, and groundwaters, and this will affect our aquatic environment. Soil degradation. This will cause toxic waste affecting soil fertility. And when we dispose this raw material or waste, for example, like metals, plastics, this will make our soil infertile. Again, let's see something about it will increase pest infestation. This will be like rats, flies, and mosquitoes. And when this pest, when the dumping place is being put within, for example, like market, like factories, like hospital, all at night, for example, all the mosquitoes will be breeding or will be moving to those places, and it will bring a lot of infections to the people. There will be fall hurdles. This is unpleasant smell to the environment. Okay. Again, there will be a blocked drainage system. When all these raw materials being accumulated in one place, when there is a storm runoff, all the solid particles like plastics will be accumulated to a drainage system like sewage, and this will be a difficult time uh, for the sector which deals with sewage and cleaning sector. This will cause loss and waste of time. Again, there will be a decrease of property values due to unsightly waste accumulation. Okay. The last but not least, there will be harms to wildlife. When animals ingest or get trapped in waste, they will lose their life. For example, when we allow people to dispose the waste particles to our game parks and game reserve, all our animals, when they are idle, they will feed on those solid particles, and they can lose their life, and this will be a loss to our country. The last one will be limited tourism and economic growth as areas become unattractive to visitors and investors, because investors and visitors, they like a pleasant place where they can stay without bad smell. So when we very purely dispose our waste, we are losing tourists in our country. And there is a characteristic. The other subtopic will be characteristic of wastewater. And the first one will be physical characteristic. And this physical is what you can see, what you can feel, what you can touch, you see, like color. The next one is chemical characteristic. This is like pH, dissolved oxygen, chemical oxygen demand, and the presence of toxin. And that one will be biological characteristic. This is the presence of microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, and parasites. The fourth one will be nutrients content. These contain nitrogen, phosphate, and other nutrients. And the last one in that characteristic will be suspended solid. Solid particles such as grit, organic, and inorganic solid that can settle. These are the particles that can flow or can go under the system where this sewage is being stored. The last subtopic will be types of wastewater, and I'll give you an assignment to go and do your research in this subtopic about types of wastewater, and I have produced 5, but go and look for the other 5 subtopics. For me, I've get about domestic. Domestic is normally waste that come from home. Industrial wastewater, this come from industries. Stormwater runoff, this is the normally done during rain time. Agricultural wastewater, that is for agriculture sector. And municipal wastewater, these are from the municipality. So, anybody with a question, class? Anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? Linda? Anybody with a question? Linda?
Sina swali.
Okay. Celestine, do you have a question? So, for that reason, we don't have any question. So, I really want to thank you for your coming. And can I give you an assignment to go and look for more research on how do this how will government do to prevent waste which are being draw carelessly in our environment. So go and do research. How can government promote this awareness to people around us? So I have a register. So you'll make sure that you sign your name before you leave. So have a good evening. Thank you for your attendance. And this is our Innova section. Good night, everybody.